Have you ever wondered how the school librarian finds a particular book immediately though there are hundreds of books of different subjects in the library? Have you not noticed or asked yourself why a grocer usually keeps all the pulses of at one place, all types of soap at another place, and all the types of biscuits together in one corner? What difference will it make if the shopkeeper keeps all these items at one place? Then back home, why does your mother keep clothes at one place, all utensils at another place, and books at one corner? So this chapter of today will help you to learn and understand that this is primarily done in order to locate a particular object with ease and convenience. You'll also learn that objects and materials, they can be grouped together on the basis of similarities and differences in their properties. So children, let's start the chapter 4, that is sorting materials into groups. So, the properties of materials. What are the properties? One of the most common criteria of classifying the materials is on the basis of the properties and its uses. Now, have you ever seen or thought that why the cooking material or the cooking utensil, it is not made up of wood or cardboard? Why is a teacup generally made of china, clay, plastic or glass? Or why do the handles of cooking utensils, they have plastic cover on them? What difference will it make if a tumbler that is made will be made up of cloth or wood? What will happen? So we generally choose a material to make an object depending upon its properties and the purpose for which it is used. Like we have discussed the example of a tumbler. A tumbler, it is usually meant for storing liquid. Okay, so if it will be made from clothes or paper, it won't be able to hold that liquid. Similarly, a shopkeeper, he keeps all the eatables in the transparent glass container so that the buyers, they can easily see these items or find out these items. So there are different types of properties on the basis of which the materials are sorted or differentiated from one another easily. These are appearance, hardness, solubility, and transparency. We'll go through them one by one. Now, what is appearance? The materials that are said to have a luster, shine. Another word for luster is shine. They're called lustrous materials. Like metallic surfaces, they generally show the property of luster. Now, gold and silver. You must have seen your mother or the ladies in the house. They usually wear the ornaments made up of gold and silver. Why? Because they are lustrous. They have a particular shine. However, some metallic surfaces, what happens after some exposure to air, open air for long duration, their surface become rough, or their surface loses that luster, but it can be regained. It is possible to regain that with the help of cloth or sandpaper. Like here you can see gold and silver, which are used to make different items because of the property of luster. Second is hardness. Now, what does a hard material mean? If we are pressing on something, like if you are able to press something, and after pressing the shape of that substance, particular substance changes, it means that substance is soft. And if we are pressing something and the shape does not change, then that means the substance is hard. Suppose if you start pressing the wall of your room, so will it be able to change its shape? No. So that means that the wall, it is hard. Okay, it is made up of hard substances. And similarly, if you take cotton, then if you start pressing it, it might change its shape, right? So it is soft in nature. Here you can see the materials, and the soft material like rubber is there, cotton, leather, and wool, fabric. These all comes under the category of soft materials. And hard, like wood is there, metal is there, plastic, stone, bricks, ceramic, ice, diamond. These are the different examples of hard materials. Next one is solubility. Now, what is solubility? something which is soluble is said to be soluble if it is able to be dissolved in water completely. Like for example, take 1 spoon of sugar or salt and take 1 glass of water, and then pour that spoon of salt in that particular glass of water, and start just you'll find out that after some time the salt or the sugar is dissolved in that particular water. So it means that the salt and the sugar, they are soluble in water. Whereas if you'll do the same with sand, if you'll start pouring sand into the water, it won't dissolve. So it means the sand is not soluble in water. Here you can see the salt solution or the sugar solution and the sand in water solution in the another flask. Then there comes to be miscible liquids and immiscible liquids. Now, the meaning of miscible is something which mix completely. Like if we are having two liquids that mix completely means they do not appear to be different. Okay, when they are mixed together, so they will form a uniform layer. So that will be called miscible, like milk and lemon juice. And the liquids like mustard oil, petrol, hair oil, they do not mix with water. So they are called immiscible with water. Now, there is one more important note for you children, that the air gets dissolved in water. Okay, and because of this dissolved air, the aquatic organisms like the fish and other organisms which live in water, they are able to take oxygen which is dissolved in the water itself. Here you can see the example of miscible liquids that form a uniform solution with water. In this lemon juice, you can see when we mix that lemon juice in water, what happens? It forms a uniform layer after some time. But if we mix oil with water, then a layer of oil will be there, separated. Or sinking. Now, what is the meaning of floating or sinking? When we put different objects in water, these either or sink or they remain on the top. Sink means something which gets at the bottom. So a material which is denser, जो चीज भारी होगी वो क्या होगा, नीचे डूब जाएगा. Sink का मतलब होता है डूबना. And something which is lighter, it will float. Like a coin and iron nail, अगर हम and stone इसे पानी में डाला जाएगा तो it will sink. But एक pencil, ice, toothbrush या plastic bottle, if you will throw it in water, then they'll start floating on the surface of water. Here you can see the materials. Some materials are there, they have sinked there, and some are floating. Next property is transparency. Now, on the basis of the transparency means through which we are able to see things clearly. So the materials through which, how we are able to see things clearly. For example, you are having a glass window at your house. We are able to see through that because the light can pass through it. And similarly, if you start watching through the wall to the another side, you won't be able to see because that wall, it is not transparent. Okay, so something which is transparent, it will allow the light to pass through it, and because of that reason only we are able to see things. Okay, so the materials which allow the light to pass through them and through them we can see easily, they are called transparent material. The best example is glass. Next, the materials which does not allow the light to pass through it or through which we cannot see, they are called opaque. The example are wood, metal, cardboard, etc. And still there are some different kinds of materials through which the light can pass only partially, not completely. These are known as translucent objects, like thin cloth is there, frosted glass and oil spread paper. So you will be able to see things but not clearly. Like the window panes, these are some examples of transparent materials, glass jars and the glasses. Then here you can see that a demonstration is being given. A torch is there and there is a glass material. So through this we can see, right? Then there is a translucent material. Here we can see the image of torch, but there is a slight image, not the clear one. And in opaque material, we have used a wooden box and we are not able to see the light of the torch. So it means it doesn't allow the light to pass through it. That's all for today, children. Thank you so much.